Very good morning to all of you. Welcome to my channel Study Ka Enzyme. Today I am here back in front of all of you for another interesting session on artificial rain. अब हमको पता है ये artificial rain इतना important and hot topic हो गया, especially when Delhi is planning to conduct this artificial rain. So let us understand this artificial rain. What if I told you that we could make it rain even if in the middle of a desert? From cloudless skies to the life-saving showers. That is not science fiction. It is called artificial rain. It is also called changing the future of farming, cities, even warfare. But how does it work? Is it really safe? And who controls this rain? Stick with me till the end, till I dive you into the science, controversy, advantages and disadvantages on this artificial rain. So let's get started. Rain, as we all can see. When we get rain? Naturally, when the clouds are laden, when the air is laden with humidity, water vapors, these water vapors go up in the sky. And the temperature is at high altitude is comparatively lesser. At these lesser temperatures, these water droplets or the vapor droplets, they will coalesce to form bigger water droplets, even bigger. And when they are big enough, they fall on the surface of the earth as precipitation. तो ये जो flakes बन जाएंगे, they will fall on the surface of earth, right? And it depends on the temperature through which it is falling down. If the temperature is low enough, it falls in the form of a snow, and if the temperature is high enough, then this precipitation will occur in the form of rain droplets. Okay, so this is how natural rain occurs. But what if I told you this natural rain can also be commanded to come anytime? Oh really? Let's see this. So now let's see artificial rain. Artificial rain is a blessing. We can say cloud seeding, or it is a scientific technique which is used to enhance precipitation, introducing certain chemicals into the environment. Now what do these chemicals do? With the climate changing and worsening droughts, artificial rain is a blessing now. It's a surviving tool. It is also called rain on demand, right? So let's see the science behind this. The process relies basically on the principles of meteorology and physical chemistry. Clouds consist of tiny water droplets. As I told you, sometimes these water droplets are too small to combine and fall as rain on their own. So if we introduce specific chemicals into the environment, into the cloud, which can enhance their collision, which can enhance their coalescence, that means joining of these small particles into larger ones, so we can enhance their precipitation, which will be called as artificial rain, right? So what is the history behind this? There was a scientist called Dr. Vincent Shepherd. He had been working on a cool box. So one day he had taken a dry ice snow box. So what had he found? That the air that we exhale has water vapors in it. So when he exhaled in front of dry ice, those water vapors were frozen and they formed snow. So this gave him an idea. If dry ice or this solid carbon dioxide is introduced over those small droplet clouds to enhance the artificial rain, to enhance their precipitation, then naturally this rain can be allowed to happen, which will be called artificial rain, right? Another scientist, Bernard Fongood. There was another scientist and he was working on chemicals. So he found that there's another method to introduce this artificial rain. And what did he decide? If we introduce some chemicals over the surface of these clouds, which act as condensation nuclei, which act as the site or the region where these small droplets will combine. You would have seen the rain droplets falling on the glass when it is raining outside. So the rain or the humidity, it condenses. Same ways, the water droplets in those clouds can be made to condense if we provide a surface. which is called condensation nuclei or ice nuclei. So he used certain chemicals like silver iodide, whose structure is similar to ice crystals, which was ideal for nucleation. So he encouraged those supercooled water droplets to freeze with the help of silver iodized when the silver iodide was sprayed over the surface of clouds. Besides this, sodium chloride, which is called common salt, can also be very well utilized for this artificial rain. This sodium chloride is hygroscopic. That is, it absorbs moisture from the environment. So absorbing moisture from the environment, so this will grow in size and promote the coalescence of water droplets. That is the joining together of small water droplets to form bigger droplets which eventually fall on the surface of earth due to gravity. And third, I had already told you, as used by Dr. Vincent, dry ice, which also enabled the water vapors to condense to form water droplets and stimulate its precipitation, right? And now, what are the methodologies? What is the procedure through which this artificial rain happens? So number one, you have to identify those suitable clouds with sufficient amount of moisture. Then you deliver those seeding agents, those clouding agents, which we call condensation nuclei, or those chemicals are sprayed over the clouds with the help of aircrafts, rockets, or ground-based generators, right? Third step will be the formation of condensation nuclei. These condensation nuclei will act as the surface, as just now told, so they will be allowing the surface area for water vapors to condense, and finally those water droplets will grow in size and fall in the form of precipitation, either snow, hail, or rain. Do you think this is advantageous? Yes, of course, there are so many advantages. You ask a country which is praying for water because of the ultimate drought in their country. So it not only enables the drought and water scarce areas to be benefited, but also improves the agricultural productivity in those areas. It can improve the quality of soil, quality of air, by settling the dust and pollutants from the air. It can also be used to extinguish forest fires. It has the potential to fill water reservoirs, water lakes, which can provide surface water for the year-long practices to happen. But are there disadvantages too? Of course, everything comes with disadvantage also. They go hand in hand, right? So this environmental concerns are there due to these chemicals. The silver iodide, dry ice, these chemicals when are introduced into the environment, they fall on water bodies, they fall on soil. So ultimately they can be dangerous. Effects are yet to be seen. It is unpredictable. You cannot be 100% sure of the amount of rain that will fall, the amount of precipitation that will happen, and the area where this rain is going to happen. Third one, and the most important one, is the high cost of operations. This can also lead to alterations in the weather patterns. There are so many risks involved with these chemicals also. This can also trigger legal disputes if rainfall occurs in unattended areas. But there are very important aspects also. Do you know China, USA, UAE, Australia, they have been using this artificial rain for all those beneficial purposes for a very long time now. And research is now going on to develop those eco-friendly seeding materials just to avoid the chemical accumulation in the soil. Do you know Delhi is also planning for this artificial rain? First trial was to happen between 4th April to 11th April, which is now postponed. And the second window for this trial to happen will be from August 30 to September 10. As approved by DGCA, the trial aims to introduce artificial rain to combat pollution in hotspot areas, polluted areas of Delhi like Pavana. Under the guidance of Environment Minister Majid Singh Sirsa and IIT Kanpur specially equipped Cessna aircraft will release those sodium chloride crystals over those suitable clouds to encourage artificial rain. And government is also planning to make environmental action plan using the same artificial rain for winter smoke also. Isn't it good? So we can conclude that it's a significant advancement in the science. It is a solution to drought and water crisis on one side, but might lead to environmental issues on the other hand. So we have to be conscious enough about its usage. Thank you for your patient listening and watching. Please subscribe to my channel, Study Ka Enzyme. Thank you.
Let's see some clouds. Look at this.